So one of the things that we would advise is to create a very intentional space is step one. Don't just do this in your living room. Don't just do this in your bedroom, because if you do that, you're going to be bringing terrestrial mundane energies into your extraordinary, extra dimensional experience. The more associations you have with your usual physical life, in a sense, the more connected your mind is to it. And when you're working with higher dimensional beings, you're transcending physicality. You do that through your mind. You do that through the skill that we have described as spirit projection, where it's not that you leave your body, but you extend your mind past your body into different realms, into different densities, into different realities altogether. So create this intentional space, burn incense, light candles, create a space that when you're in it, it transports you to another time, to another place, to another theme of experience, leaving the theme of the 2024 human and entering into the theme of the timeless, spaceless, ceremonial shaman. Create this type of environment. That's step one, a necessary step. So you can really move past the self-created limitations that you subtly impose on yourself just through existing in your society and playing the social roles that you play. From here, sit in a comfortable meditative position. Do some relaxation techniques. You can rock the spine from the hips, from the tailbone, from the sacrum. You can circulate energy through you. You can perform Kabbalistic techniques like the middle pillar, Eastern techniques like the microcosmic orbit, yogic techniques like the breath of fire, but have some type of technique that helps you connect to your energy, that helps you connect to the energy patterns that regulate the movement of subtle energy. So in other words, activate yourself energetically through whatever techniques you know. From here, while seated or while standing, depending on how you like to perform meditation, keep your chin tucked, tongue tip on the roof of the mouth, roll your eyes up, and see a Sassani, my home world, above you. See our scout craft, see our motherships, create a cinematic experience that's located miles above your head. And spend time projecting your intention, your request, your prayers, to use your traditional language. Send these requests, send these messages to my people, to my collective. Let them know you wish to work with your counterpart. Let them know what type of dream you hold. How do you want to create with them? For what purpose? What does it lead to? Tell us a story. Get us excited about it. We're already excited about everything we encounter, but you, of course, can represent your own excitement through very thorough explanations and sharings of your goals with us. So allow for yourself, once that stage is complete, the sharing of your intentions, to then see from that visualization above that a beam of light comes down and it strikes the ground in front of you like lightning. And a flash of light is emitted. Your eyes are still closed. This is all with your mind's eye. After the flash of light dims, see standing before you your Sassanian counterpart. If you are male, you may find that it's more likely they are going to be a male counterpart. If you're female, you may find it's more likely they are a female counterpart, but you don't need to hold yourself to that expectation. There are many different types of soul contracts that you share, and there are many different types of oversoul counterparts that you share within my civilization. You're not limited to just one. You may have up to 3 and potentially beyond counterparts that are connected to my civilization, the Sassanian civilization. Spend some time at this step circulating energy between your heart center and the heart center of the Sassanian counterpart. You can do this with the breath. Inhale and see that loving energy from their heart as pixels of pink light or as waves of pink light travel from the front of their heart chakra to yours. And feel that with your breath, you pull that energy to the back of your heart chakra, activating the subconscious dimensions of your heart mind. On your exhale, send that energy back to them. And spend a few minutes circulating breath, circulating heart energy back and forth. From here, see that your Sassanian counterpart walks over to you and, in a sense, overlaps their body onto yours. So it's like you're inside of them. You are their skeleton. You are their organs. You are their mind. They are your form. So what this will require of you is the following. You must remain in a state of alignment. Don't doubt what's happening. Don't question your skill. Don't question whether or not it's working. Expect it's working and then let that go completely. Really see yourself as the subconscious mind of the Sassanian being. If you're busy thinking about your own personal matters and whether or not you're doing it right, how will the technique work? It won't. So you must act like the inside of a body. And how does that act? As a supportive, creative, intelligent force. That's what your subconscious, the inside of your body, is doing for you right now. It is acting as this supportive force. And you'll notice your body is supporting you whatever the heck you're focusing on. So you must take on this role. And then from here, feel the two selves, the inner self, you, in a state of non-thought, in a state of support, in a state of allowance. The outer self, the Sassanian counterpart, the muse, the higher mind. Feel these two selves, feel them unify as one, and while in this state of trance or semi-trance, allow for yourself, while still staying in the ritual space you've created, to then give rise to your artistic projects. So if you're going to be working with instruments, have instruments already in this space so you can easily pick them up. If you're going to be doing writing, have your writing materials in this space so you can easily pick them up. What you don't want to do is create this link and then have to get up and go to the other room. No, that won't work as well. It will disrupt the connection. So keep everything insulated, keep everything in the same space, perform your creative tasks for as long as you wish. Try to maintain the state for a maximum of 20 minutes in the beginning. Don't go past this, or you'll end up overly blending your persona with the Sassanian guide. That's not a bad thing necessarily. It's not a negative thing necessarily, but it can cause a disassociation from your own personality if you're not careful. So do be aware of that with channeling entities. The number one risk is insanity. That is the number one risk of channeling. Why does it lead to that risk? Because you're bending who you think you are and you're blending that with someone else. So if you don't have a strong ego personality, it can rock your foundation. You don't know yourself in the same way. And if you don't have a strong ego, it can be challenging to find yourself again. So it's unlikely that will happen to many of you because you are living good lives. You have good relationships. If your physical reality is very supportive, is very loving, you usually will have a very strong sense of self. You know who you are because you play so many positive roles for so many people, and that feeds into your personal sense of self. But if you really don't know who you are, it might be useful to find that out before attempting to be someone else. So do keep that in mind. With channeling, it's always advised, start with your higher self first. The higher self is just a greater portion of your personal consciousness. It might seem omniscient, but of course, it is limited. But you would never know that. It seems completely unlimited. So the higher self is the first master guide to work with, your own higher self. From there, work your way up to Sassani, or whatever collective or species you are attracted to. Once you have finished the creative exercise, see that the Sassanian entity disentangles from your body and see them walk before you to the original position they were in when the beam of light struck the ground. See that the beam of light descends from the universe again and absorbs the Sassanian being back up into the Sassanian collective. From here, keep your eyes closed. Don't rush out of the meditation. Feel your own inner self expand once more to now encompass your outer body and the etheric layer of your aura, the layer of the aura just a few inches outside of the body. And feel yourself return. Go back to those memories, go back to those facts, go back to those truths in your mind that reestablish who you are as a being, what your mission and purpose is, and your highest joy. Go back to these things. And then when you're ready to end the exercise, give your hands a clap, rub them warm, pat your whole body down. This is going to reactivate your nervous system. It's going to bring you out of the trance. And then when you're finally finished, take your hands, scoop all of the energy from the exercise, condense it into a ball of light, put a blessing into it, and send it down into your earth. This is how you break down the energetic space. If you do not do this, you're going to be leaving doorways to other dimensions open. And if that happens, your home may become a type of spiritual airport. And that might be exciting for some of you, but remember, on an airplane, all types of people are on the plane. Some of them more positive, some of them more negative, some of them more neutral. So to make your home a comfortable personal space, close down the portal. And that will allow for you to not only build your channeling skill, but it will allow for you to use your channeling skill to give rise to co-creative projects with the Sassani Counterpart.